you're thinking, Heather, it is not autumn yet. Stop making us watch autumnal videos. Everyone's trying to get us to buy wool. It's still warm. I totally hear you, okay? But the reason I wanted to make this video is that I am trying to get better at getting a little bit ahead of the seasons. Please forgive the shower that's going on. You done? Honestly. What was I saying? Oh yes, I would like to get a bit better at getting ahead of the seasons rather than being quite reactive to them. The thing I keep finding myself doing is basically ending up in situations where I'm like, oh, I don't have this item and I need it. For example, one of the things that is on my autumnal wish list this year is a super practical item, but I've kind of needed it for like the last 2 years, and I've just kind of muddled through and gotten by without it, which could be a reason to not buy one, but it would be a lot easier if I had it. So this year I want to get a bit further ahead. This also gives you a much better chance at finding these things pre-loved, because shopping outside of the season that you are shopping for is the best way to grab yourself a bargain, basically. So grab yourself a gorgeous cup of tea. How lovely is this cup, by the way? My mother-in-law bought this for me when we were on holiday, just as like a little surprise. And I have a green tea and mango, which, don't knock it till you try it. I have been drinking this tea for yonks now, and it is so good. But grab yourself a cozy drink, or an iced drink if it's still boiling hot wherever you are, and grab your Pinterest boards. Now, I don't think I've ever really talked about Pinterest on this channel, but I use it a lot. I am a very visual person. I like to be able to see what I'm thinking about, if that makes sense. And so Pinterest boards are amazing. I'll have my one linked down below if you want to go follow it and have a nosy and see my brain. You're more than welcome to, but also, you know, at your own risk. But I have basically put together a little autumn wardrobe wish list. And now, not all of these are things that I deem to be completely necessary, and that's okay. If we, I've said this before, clothing is fun, okay? Picking out your outfit, it's fun. Choosing what kind of things suit you, what don't, it's fun. Well, it is to me anyway, and it can make such an enormous difference to your mood and all those kinds of things. So some of these are very practical, probably getting a little spoiler, and some of them are less so. So like I say, I will link this board down below and my Pinterest. Can you stop? You were meant to be here to help with the cozy vibes, my love. Usually do. I'm really interrupting her afternoon nap, so I brought this upon myself. So the first item on my autumnal wish list this year is a chunky pair of black Chelsea boots. Now, I have a pair of kind of chunky-ish, but not too chunky. They're gorgeous. I love them. Black boots, but they're lace up, and I just think with certain outfits, particularly dresses, I just don't love how they look, and I just think something that's a little bit cleaner, like a Chelsea boot, would work really well. And this is something that I found myself wishing I had most of last autumn winter. So I'm still looking for the perfect pair. I have found this one from, okay, so I found two options. And I'll put pictures up here so that you can see them. But the one is from On Fire, and I found these on M&M. I think these ones might be the ones that are faux leather though. But you get the vibe I'm looking for. And then the other style that I'm kind of choosing between are these ones from June, I think. Jones Bootmaker. I do love June boots though, they're really good. But Jones Bootmaker. Now the thing that's slightly putting me off these is that I don't know if I want them to have a heel. Now I know this is a block heel, it's only small, but I'm not sure if that would be as versatile. So I need to have a little bit of a think. But that is my first item. And like I say, the reason that I would like to get this is that like there were so many instances last year where I would have reached for these boots. So therefore, I know that they're going to be a good buy. I know I'm going to get the wear out of them. Okay, the second item is a fun one, and it is a top handle black leather bag. Now, I have my beautiful Strathberry that I absolutely adore, okay? I will still wear her to absolute death this winter. The problem I have is that shortly after purchasing my beautiful Strathberry, I became the very proud owner of a beautiful wool and cashmere long overcoat. and I've had it tailored. It fits me perfectly. I cannot wait to wear it. I basically had it done like just as the weather was getting warmer. It's good timing. Anyway, but the greens are the wrong greens, okay? They don't go together. And so I've been wearing like my little crossbody bag. Perfect, no problem with that. But then in the evening, I haven't had a bag that goes with the coat. And I just love a top handle bag for the evening. I think it's so classy, and I just love having it like on my arm or just like in my hand. I just think it's such a timeless look, and I absolutely love it. And I have found the bag that I would like to buy. I will have a look for something pre-loved, as I always do before I go to buy new. But to be honest, I think it will take a lot for something to beat this bag. And the bag I'm wanting to get is, and I wanted to get the name right, so we'll get it up here, the Lucinda Top Handle Bag from LRM. Now, I have tried to find what LRM stands for, okay? I have really tried, but nowhere on their Instagram, nor their website could I find it. Anyway, so this is the bag that I think I'm gonna get, because it just ticks all the boxes for me. I love the pebbled effect on the leather. I love the top handle. I love that it's crossbody as well. I love that it's big enough to be practical for during the day, but small enough that it can be an evening bag. But again, you can still fit, you know, a small umbrella, because we live in the UK. You can still fit your phone, you know, your keys, your purse, all of the things that you might need. The only thing that I don't love about it is the fact that it's got gold hardware, but then at the same time, because I normally wear silver jewelry, but I don't care about mixing metals. I do it all the time. I actually think it looks quite good. And also the gold, like my coat has gold buttons. So the gold hardware on the bag would match the gold buttons on the coat. So actually, I've talked myself around. It's perfect. So I am almost certainly going to be buying this bag. I may ask for it for my birthday. This may be one because I think it would be a fun birthday gift to receive, and it's about the right price point. So I think that is going to be the one. Like I say, I will look pre-loved, but I haven't found anything that I'd like. Gosh, the gasp I gasped when I first saw this bag was quite overdramatic, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I think it will take a lot to beat it. Okay, item number 3 on my wish list is the super, super practical one. And it is a fully, completely, operates every single time as it should do, waterproof jacket / coat. Because I have not had a properly waterproof coat in years. My mother will be aghast. Because, and also, you know, we have a dog. We have to go out in all weathers. And last year, towards the end of last year, I bought this beautiful jacket from, I think it's a Sai or a Kai. I think they said a Kai. I remember looking it up at the time. I think it's a Kai. Apologies if it's not. Beautiful jacket. Adored. Love the colorway. Love the fact that it didn't have a zip. Completely waterproof. Massive hood. Cozy fleecy lining. Big pocket. Perfect. But I bought it in the wrong size. And so by the time I bought it and then I sent it back, it was out of stock in my size, and they haven't restocked it, which is so sad. So I might email them and ask them if they're planning on bringing it back, because basically this jacket is exactly what I wanted, because I want something I can walk Tilly in, but I also want something that I could wear on a rainy day into London. Like, I want it to be able to do both, and I feel like this jacket could do that. It might, I mean, I'd probably only be able to wear it with maybe like jeans on the bottom if I was wearing it outside of a dog walking situation. So maybe it's not absolutely ideal. I may end up just going for a good old black one, to be perfectly honest. But I want something that is quite stylish, but like I say, it has to be completely waterproof, okay? I am so sick of getting soggy all the time, and especially when, you know, you're going to work, or maybe you're meeting a friend, you don't want to take your coat off and like have sort of random wet patches all over you. It's not the vibe. So that is probably the most practical item, and I am looking forward to finding it, but equally it's a bit like, I have to buy this. Meh, that takes the joy out of it, you know. I can't remember what number we're on. So the next item that I would really like to get is in a similar vein. I would really love to get like just a jacket, like a casual day-to-day jacket that isn't a waterproof. I just love to have, you know, your outerwear is basically the most visible thing during the winter, and I would just like to upgrade my jackets a little bit so that I feel like they're really, you know, they're a really good part of the outfit. And again, I have found the jacket that I want to buy, and again, I need your help. I am completely torn between this option or this option, okay? Because, okay, the thing I love about this one here is that I love the leopard print and I love the shade of green, okay? I just think it's such a fun but also chic kind of a jacket. I just think it's really, really cool. The thing that puts me off this one is a similar thing to my overcoat. Will this colour of green go with my Strathberry? Because if it doesn't, then I'm not going to wear the two together, and then I'm not going to get the, you know, I'm not going to get the cost per wear that I would want to get from an item like this. So that's kind of one thing. And I also don't think this jacket would look particularly good with black accessories, just because, you know, it's cream, it's a light green, like it's got the browns in it. You could make it work, but it would be difficult. The second option is a bit more funky. It's a little bit more out there for me, but I love pink and burgundy stripes. I just think they're such a classic combination, and it's a little bit interesting. It's got a bit of, you know, you'd remember it, like you remember it when you see it, but it's not like, oh my goodness, you're wearing a jacket. Do you know what I mean? Because that's just not really my style. I like things that are a little bit more timeless. And I do think that both of these options are that. Now, the reason I think maybe the pink and the burgundy stripe one might be a little bit easier is that I think these colours will actually go with the green of my Strathberry. Now, I know that may seem a little bit of a strange combination, but trust me, I can see it working in my brain. And I just think maybe these colours might go with a few more things, but then equally the green and the leopard print could work really, really well, so that's difficult. But the thing against the leopard print one is that I do already have, it's more of an overshirt rather than a jacket, but I do already have a leopard print outerwear item in my wardrobe. Do I need to? Probably not. Anyway, but genuinely, please, I would love your help. Which one do you think would be more versatile, or how would you style both of these? I would love to know, and then I can make a better decision. Okay, so the next two items are kind of connected because they affect each other. But the thing I would really love to get in my wardrobe this year is a formal autumn winter outfit. Now, I don't have one at the moment, so we actually have a wedding to go to in October, which is super exciting. My husband is actually the joint best man with the man who was best man at our wedding, if that makes sense. So it's going to be a really, really amazing day, and I want to have a really beautiful outfit for that. But I also want it to be an outfit that I could, you know, be a bit versatile. I could use it for different things. And one of the things that I'm thinking of is for when, because I'm a musician for my job, and sometimes we have to wear long colours for concerts rather than all black. Now, I have quite a beautiful kind of summery dress, which is perfect for summery occasions, but if I need something that is a bit more appropriate to colder weather, I'm a bit stuck, and I end up having to sort of layer things underneath that don't really work, but they kind of, like, I kind of get away with it. So again, this is something that really I've needed for a few years, and now I finally have, you know, a big enough reason, the wedding, to actually go for it. Now, I think what I am leaning towards is the satin jumpsuit mixed with the asymmetric knit from Jackie London. I adore this brand. I have been seeing, I mean, I'm sure you have as well. My Instagram has been flooded with their adverts, and I love the clothes on there. Like, zero branding, super classic. You would not be able to tell what year you bought any of these pieces in. They are so classic, and I just love the kind of wide leg with the, you know, draped jumper over the top. I just think, again, super classy, super elegant and really, really versatile. You know, you can be able to dress this up for a wedding. I would be able to wear it for a nice dinner out with my husband. I'd be able to wear it for a concert. You know, I could wear it for Christmas Day. You know, the list is pretty extensive. So I think what I'm gonna get is the burgundy set. Now, I did wonder about getting the navy midi satin dress and the asymmetric jumper to go over the top. Now, the reason I don't think I am going to go with that is because I couldn't wear tights with it. And again, most of our concerts are in venues that are not the warmest. And so the more I can layer underneath this outfit whilst it's still looking elegant and professional and all of the things, the better. So I think actually the flowy jumpsuit kind of vibe would be perfect because I can put thermals on underneath that and no one would be any the wiser. So then leading on from this, I will obviously need a pair of shoes to wear with them. And I do have a pair of black heels that would work well enough. But if I'm being honest, I have had those shoes, gosh, I wore them at my graduation, which was 10 years ago. So I've had them for at least 10 years. I think I've had them more 12 or 13 years. I bought them whilst I was at music college. They're a beautiful pair of suede black Kurt Geiger heels and I adore them. I still wear them all the time, but they have been worn. And I just think they're a rounded toe. I should have brought them down. I'm so sorry. But they're a slightly rounded toe. And I just think with the really flowy wide leg situation, I think a pointed toe would actually look much better. So this is the pair of heels that are my kind of inspo because I think the velvet will go beautifully with the satin. I just think that's a gorgeous mix of texture. But again, if I get them in the black, they will A, go with the bag that I'm thinking. Although if I asked for that bag for my birthday, I would have to ask for it as an early birthday present because the wedding is before my birthday. I'm sure that'll be fine. We'll try and work on magic. Anywho, but I can wear black accessories. And again, I would use these shoes for concerts and work. And I have been sort of wanting to buy a pair of block heels to wear for concerts for a little while. They're just a bit more stable when one is carrying thousands of pounds of musical instruments. You want to be, you know, steady on your feet. Also, one of the groups I work with, we do our concerts standing up. So you want to be, you know, a bit more secure, as it were. So I think those two will, you know, three items really with the jumper, but I think they will work perfectly. And I can use all of the items separately as well. So that's something that I'm really, really trying to think of. I think basically all of these items will be able to be used together. Maybe just short of the, you know, waterproof jacket over a beautiful satin jumpsuit. That may not be the vibe. But other than that, I think all of these can kind of work together in various, combinations. That's it. So yeah, that's everything that I have got on my little Pinterest board. And like I say, I may not end up buying all of these items. Obviously, there's quite a few of them and I will probably buy them, you know, across the season. But I wanted to get ahead of it a little bit just so that I'm not impulse buying and therefore buying something that actually isn't what I want really. And I've done that so many times and it's just, you know, it's such a waste of money and it's such a waste of time and it's just wasteful in general. So I'm trying to get a little bit more organized this year and I hope that that helps you and just gets you thinking a little bit ahead. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it and subscribe to my channel. It would just be the best thing to have you here. And it's totally free. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to click that little subscribe button and then my videos shall be delivered to you by the wonderful people at YouTube. And it is the best way that you can support a channel that you enjoy. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful, wonderful week and I will see you guys very, very soon.